Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World, with CEO and award-winning author Yvette Bethel. This podcast is dedicated to supporting leaders with a variety of solutions to build trust, inspire authentic change, and improve morale within your organization. Learn how to grow your people, build your culture, and transform your results.
Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I am Yvette Bethel, and this episode is for leaders who are interested in reinventing their careers. There are a number of reasons why leaders decide to reinvent. For some, their careers have plateaued, keeping them stuck in the same position for far longer than they anticipated. These leaders are bored with their work and crave new challenges on their existing career paths. Others change careers completely, starting over in a new discipline, either because they were terminated by their employers or because they're pursuing their why. Then there are those approaching retirement. Whatever the cause, reinvention is at the forefront of their minds. Now, reinvention does not have to mean a change in role. Leaders can transform themselves in their existing positions. Here are a few other reasons why leaders may seek to reinvent. Firstly, their goals and interests have changed, or they have changing and evolving family circumstances. Others are not performing satisfactorily. And then there are some where office politics have affected their mobility. When leaders feel stuck, like anyone else, they can experience anger and frustration. A sustained negative emotional state can be harmful to productivity, health, and the ability to secure a promotion. Stress can also affect a leader's ability to focus on career development, derailing attempts to work on a life plan that balances all aspects of their lives, including career. Here are 7 tips you can use to reinvent your career and sustain the changes. Tip number 1. Connect with your why. If you don't already know your why, when you make the decision to reinvent yourself, start from a place of knowing your strengths and preferences. One effective pathway to uncovering your why is to hire a life coach. Tip number 2, identify your core values. Once you identify the career you would like to explore, clarify your primary values so you can structure your career in a way that addresses your values. This will help you understand if your current employer is the right employer for you or if you should start exploring other opportunities. Tip number 3, develop a reinvention plan. It is important to create a comprehensive reinvention plan because you cannot effectively plan your career without setting goals for your entire life. Before you define your career goals, you should establish your personal vision and mission statements so you can keep the big picture in mind as you move along a defined path to your goals. It's important to build timelines into this plan so you are clear about how long you want to remain in a particular role. This plan can also focus on building your network, updating your resume, or upgrading your skills in the context of a new job or business. Tip number 4. Network, network, network. Networking is important whether you are seeking a new position with your existing employer or elsewhere. When changing careers, you can tap into your network to access industry information, which can help you identify an ideal role or work environment. It can also provide you with information about existing or upcoming vacancies within an industry. If you decide to prepare for a career transformation, a network can provide you with a mentor who can guide you through the reinvention process. Tip number 5, create a system of accountability. Despite your best intentions, constant busyness can derail your reinvention plans. To remain focused on your goals, it would help if you can find a way to be held accountable. Some persons become a part of a mastermind group. Others work with a mentor. And then there are some who collaborate with an accountability partner. Given what you know about yourself, choose the accountability option that will work best for you. Tip number 6. Build balance into your reinvention plan. Your career is not the only important part of your life, so as you plan, it's essential to include other aspects of your life so you end up with an holistic plan that's doable. There may be times in your career when you decide to sacrifice balance to achieve your goals. While sacrifice is perceived as necessary in circumstances like this, be careful that you don't fall into the trap of becoming stuck in sacrifice mode, because there's usually a trade-off. And then we have tip number 7. Identify a successor. When considering reinventing yourself, if you plan to leave your existing role, it would be helpful to your team if you identify and develop a successor. If there's no budget for this, you can find a creative way to prepare high potential employees to take on additional responsibility. It is important to realize you should be the primary author of your reinvention plan. As previously stated, this means you should create your own plan, and it should be a realistic vision for your career and life, so you are clear about various career milestones, like how long will I await a promotion before seeking another role? Or what are my skill gaps, and how can I close them in a way that will position me for additional responsibility? When considering your career developmental needs, it's also helpful to determine how much you will invest in yourself so you are not at the mercy of a training budget that has to be used for organizational strategic training priorities. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I invite you to join me this and every Monday for a new podcast. In the meantime, remember, always continue to evolve.
Thanks for listening to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. Visit YvetteBethel.com to learn more about Yvette's leadership programs and to download her free gift, Success Tips for Igniting Your Career.